Hi, I'm Zachary Cowan, the author of the Study Daily Books, and thanks for joining me for a look at Doctrine and Covenants, section 94. If you were to make changes to your hometown, what kinds of things would you do? What kinds of buildings would you bring in for greater entertainment, for greater food, or for fun, or for beauty? What would you change about your hometown? In Doctrine and Covenants, section 94, the saints are instructed on how to improve Kirtland, Ohio, and to really make it a state of Zion. In verse 1, they're told, let's make a temple, and let's build it here in the center and build a whole community around it. In verse 3, we're told to make sure that there's a place for the first presidency, for living prophets, and in verse 10, a place where they can publish scriptures. If our whole life or our community or our towns were centered around these ideas of the covenants of the temple and the commitments to follow living prophets and to follow those in scriptures, that would totally change our lives. And it would look drastically different. Our families, our towns, our communities, our personal lives. I don't know that you have to have a temple in your town and go to it every single day or every week in order to make the temple and the covenants a fundamental or a crucial part of your life. But by making these things central in our life, it dedicates us to the Lord. It commits us to following those things and puts us on a path where we're going to be successful. Several times throughout this section, the Lord is going to say the word pattern. Follow this pattern, follow this pattern. That we build a building, we dedicate it to the Lord, and then according to verses 8 and 9, we make sure that it's not polluted or corrupted by unclean things. And the promise is that the Lord's presence will come and be there. Well, that's the pattern for everything we do. Whether it's building a building or building a life or having a dedicated lesson or a day or a meal, we build it, we dedicate it to the Lord, and then we try not to have it corrupted by anything. And as we do that, God's presence comes into it, whether it's a building or an event or anything else. It can be this pattern of building things, dedicating them, and then keeping them pure allows for the Lord's presence to come into our life. Try it today. You're going to be able to dedicate 5 minutes here, or dedicate a prayer and build it, or dedicate scripture study and build it, or dedicate a meal and build it. But as you dedicate things to the Lord and follow the covenants of the temple, follow the counsel of living prophets and the counsel of prophets in scriptures, we will find ourselves prepared. Our life will be oriented. Hey, thanks for studying. We'll see you next time.